Hi everybody, there's breaking news. I woke up this morning and I looked at my Facebook and there was a message, Habemus Papum, we have a pope. And then I checked Google and found out that the Vatican has elected a new pope, Leo XIV, who was formerly Robert Prevost of Chicago. So he grew up in Chicago and was educated as a mathematician. Then he went to Peru and he practiced as a missionary and parish priest in Peru for many years. He's almost exactly the same age as me. He was born 2.5 months before me in 1955. And I was so happy to hear that we now have a pope. I'm a practicing Catholic, and there's many issues as a practicing Catholic that are front of mind for me. I believe that Canada has turned a very dark corner in its wokeism, and with its woke mind virus, with the euthanasia of Canadians as medical assistants, which it cannot be, because the word medical is from the Greek, which means to heal, and you don't heal anybody by killing them with a lethal injection. Canada has killed more than 60,000 people since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister on October 19th of 2015. And it kills about 20 people a day. So the state pays regular doctors and nurses who provide actual medical care to kill Canadians at the rate of more than 20 a day. 5 out of every 100 deaths in Canada is caused by a doctor or nurse administering a lethal injection. This is all done extrajudicially by the state. So there's no judicial review of the decisions to kill vulnerable Canadians. Many people misunderstand or are willfully blind as to what this actually involves. People do not need to be dying or have a reasonably foreseeable death. The vast majority of people that are killed have some form of disability. Some veterans complain that when they ask for benefits, they're offered euthanasia instead. It's not assisted suicide, it's killing. So they're not helping the person do anything. They're injecting them with a lethal injection and killing them. It's the most serious issue in Canadian history, and Canada kills more people this way than any other country on earth. I'm surprised when I was campaigning for or volunteering for in the recent election, I was amazed at how many people didn't understand what was involved. That all it takes is a piece of paper with the signatures of any two medical practitioners, not a judge, not somebody who is trained in ethics and law, and it's just any two medical practitioners, any doctor or any nurse. They don't need to know the patient, and they can kill them. Now, I was trained, before I became a lawyer, I was trained as a psychologist, and there's people who like to murder. There's people who like the power of killing. We know that. When Hitler had the choice of putting all his efforts into winning World War II or killing more vulnerable people, he chose to double down on killing more vulnerable people. So I hope Pope Leo XIV focuses on this travesty in Canada. And I was thinking this morning that I do have a message for President Donald Trump. And there's a reason why Canada should not be, many reasons why Canada, a sovereign nation, should not be the 51st state. But one of the reasons is that it's good to have different states, different types of sovereignties. When the United States was still practicing. Canada abolished slavery 62 years. The moral abomination of slavery, 72 years before the 13th Amendment of the United States. So the United States was practicing slavery 72 years after Canada had abolished it. So it's good to have different types of governments and different laws in different governments, because when one government goes astray, another government can recognize that and bring them to bear and change. And in the United States, to end slavery took the costliest war in human lives in American history. I believe over 800,000 Americans were killed in the Civil War, which was a war to end slavery. I hope we do not have to have any kind of war to abolish euthanasia in Canada. There's a reason why the mark of civilization, according to Margaret Mead, the anthropologist, she said that the mark of civilization was about 50,000 years ago when they found human thigh bones that had mended, which meant that the person was disabled, but they were cared for until they recovered. And she said that was the mark of civilization. No civilized state kills its weak and vulnerable citizens, as Canada is doing at the clip of 20 people a day. 20 people will die today extrajudicially, with no judicial oversight at all. I used to be a divorce lawyer, and it would take me more than a year to get a divorce for my clients. And it had to be approved by a judge, and many divorce applications were bumped as being irregular. Anyways, so I just want to congratulate Pope Leo XIV and Godspeed. I love you all. Take care, everybody.